And welcome back to another episode of 2015. My name is Mowmaster, and it's been a little while. So, I've been fairly busy. A couple of changes to the pack that will be coming out here shortly, here in another week. I've actually removed hardcore questing mode, the little book thingy, and the reason behind that is because I just didn't feel like it actually fit the pack properly. Like, you know, it's not really necessary to play the pack, and so it doesn't really fit. And also, it was creating me to have to kind of play through the pack already, even to just make the book out. And that sort of playstyle, it's like, well, why would I want to play through it once to play through it again for a series? It doesn't really make sense. So basically just watch the series, because that's kind of the same thing. It's kind of get the basics of every mod. Because that's usually what I do, is I usually get into all the basics real early on, and then I kind of do everything else. So a lot of this video might be just short clips here and there of different things I'm doing early on. Major things, really, other than mining, obviously, and cutting trees down and stuff like that, or growing crops. Or I think I did a little botany last time, so that's finally grown. So I have a little problem. I've been using these stone tools, which is not a big deal. And you're probably thinking, oh, Tinker's Construct. Tinker's Construct is a mod that allows you to duplicate basically ore production from, you know, 1 ore is 2 ingots, but it's liquid metal. I'm not quite to that point yet. I need quite a bit more sand and quite a bit more gravel before we even get to that point. So instead, I've been kind of looking around for, okay, what can I do that will give me more ingots per ore, because I am getting to the point where I have a little bit of ore. I want to make the Tinker's Tool Station, which requires 4 blocks of any metal other than lead or silver. So I'm obviously not quite there, possibly there. Let me see, 24 is 48, that's quite a bit. I'll need some more if I'm going to go that route with iron, but, you know, got a little bit of mining left, but I do want to get into the ore processing. So, a couple of options you have. You can create yourself a generator. And there's various generators out there, obviously. There's the Stirling generator, which that's, you know, 1 iron, not a big deal. You know, a single piece of iron for a generator. This is 3 iron. Okay, it's probably a little bit of a better generator than the Stirling one, but, you know, 3 iron versus 1. So, you know, that's kind of how much better it is, I guess. Ooh, another redstone. So there's a few different generators out there. I was going to go with the Stirling one first off, because this one's even more expensive. So Stirling one would have been 3 iron, but then you have to process your ore. So do we use a pulverizer? And a pulverizer is thermal expansion processing. You know, that's a piston, that's another iron. There is copper gears, that's 8 copper. And then there's one of these guys, which is another 4 iron. Plus, you need a little bit of gold as well. So that's another option. That's a little over 12 iron, I think. What is that? 4. Well, and you're considering copper in this equation as well, so it's even more metal yet. So we're getting up there in terms of metal. But there's also a sag mill from Ender.io, which is pretty cheap. I mean, 5 iron. 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 6 is 15, and then a little bit of copper and gold. So, you know, that's another option. But we have a mod in here as well. I don't think we have any ore. We have rotary craft, but I'm not quite sure if I want to get into that quite yet. It seems fairly confusing, fairly complicated. I'm not going to quite get into that. Could do a little Thalmcraft, but I don't think I have the materials for that. Ars Magica doesn't really process very well. And Thalmcraft is, you need iron to start out with anyway, so it's not really a good option. I'm trying to think what else we got here that will process. Galacticraft, I don't think will. Maybe it will, I can't remember. MFR, no. Metacraft, no. See, that's about your only options for processing, except I remembered something, and that is this mod, Better Furnaces. And so I think this is the option I'm going to go with, because that furnace takes 4 or 8 iron, and that's yeah, ore processing upgrade gives you 2 ingots per ore. That's 9 iron total. 9 iron, just flat out 9. So it's like, that is probably the cheapest way to double your ore output. Now, the thing to keep in mind with this is these guys get faster as they get tiered, but this one here has a durability, I think 128 durability, so it can only smelt 256 ingots total, which is fine for early game processing. This one is an infinity upgrade, but it requires quite a bit of diamonds, which I don't have yet. So we'll just make the basic ore processing for now. Obviously requires a little bit of pistons. Pistons. Yeah, pistons. So we're gonna grab ourselves some wood. A little bit of redstone. Oops, did not mean to do that. And we will need some iron here. So like I said, what do we need for iron? 9. I don't know what mod adds this, but you can make mini charcoals. And mini charcoals, basically, 1 charcoal per item you smelt. So instead of, putting in 7 iron and putting in 1 coal, and you lose that extra bit that could be smelted, these will smelt a single piece each time. And you only lose 1, and you get 8 per 1. So it's like, it's a deal, man. It's like better use of your iron. I don't know if it's more efficient per se, but it's definitely a better use of your iron in that respect. So we have 8. I will need another furnace. I'll need that iron, and I think that would be a good way to start off with our iron production. So other things I've been doing around the little base here is start to clear out this room. So this room is actually like ground level. As you can see, it's kind of ground level, and it's going pretty good. Oh, another I guess update is I've also reduced the spawning of silverfish. Silverfish are more annoying than deadly, and so due to the annoying factor, I have removed them, because it's like they're not really serving. It's not really making it any harder. It's just making you more cautious and less willing to mine at times. And I'm like, it's probably not a good thing to keep in the pack, so I have removed it, or at least the spawning of silverfish blocks. So if you already generated a world, if you generate more terrain, it won't generate with silverfish ore blocks every so often. Whereas in this little area I've generated, I'm obviously have some silverfish issues, but not a big deal. So I wasn't gonna mine on camera, but I just saw this copper and it's like, you know what, I could really use copper. And so, thought process here, what brought about the idea of, I need ore processing? And that is for the sheer fact of Tinker's Construct. Tinker's Construct, like I said earlier, adds a way to smelt down ores into liquid metal and use that liquid metal, essentially to make tools. The only thing is I don't want another pickaxe necessarily. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't necessarily want another pickaxe. What I want is a new tool called the hammer, and the hammer is only available by making an upgraded tool station. If we go look up at tool station, tool station, there we go. If we look up one of these guys, actually I don't know if these can be, yeah, these can be more. So as you can see, we need a bunch of these, not a big deal, a little bit of iron, or gold, or, etc, etc, etc. Even bronze will work. So I might actually make up some bronze if I have tin. I can't remember. So yeah, a little bit of iron essentially is what I'll probably end up using, and some seared bricks, which aren't too hard to make. In fact, I'll probably show you how to make them here. For those of you who don't know Tinker's Construct, it's a wonderful mod. It's a very nice mod. You'll learn that the hammer's probably early game tools. Tinker's is the best way to do things, tool-wise, unless you somehow get a diamond early on and do blood magic, but that's usually not the case. I've been mining for probably 2 hours and haven't found a single diamond. Of course, I'm strip mining now, but I haven't found a cave either. Go figure. So, let's see, that's 23. That's definitely enough to make our tool station with copper. And okay, so what we're gonna do here is we have some of these. So seared brick, which is required for this, is made by these, and these are smelted from grout, and grout is this recipe. Fairly simple. So we need whatever 4 times 3 is, 12. So we need 6 instances of this. 12, perfect. And those are done. Yeah, acquire hardware. So let's make this. Now, what's the benefit of having a better furnace? Obviously, it's better. No, actually. I really hope that was better furnace iron smeltery. I hope there's no other mod that adds a better furnace like that. Otherwise, I'll have issues. Alright, so we have our piston. No. Let's look up better furnaces again. Doop. Oh, come on. There we go. So we need a piston. Oh, a piece of flint and some stone. Yeah, easy. Alright, not a big deal. I need 7 of these. Why I took it like that, I don't know. So now we have a better furnace. This is an iron furnace. I'm gonna take you out of there, just so you stop smelting. And okay, so we're halfway done on that. Let's take this guy out because we won't need him. Put our iron furnace down, and you can see there's the same furnace, but there's some slots here. These are your upgrade slots. And you'll also notice this goes a little faster than your regular furnace, which is awesome. So no more having to, I mean, obviously if we get a gold one's even faster. Do I have enough gold for that actually? I do. Okay, once we get this upgrade made, we're gonna make some gold and then make a gold furnace, because gold furnaces are awesome. Diamond one's even faster yet. So basically each tier is a little bit faster than the other one. I think this one's 2 times faster, 4 times faster. I want to say 10 times faster, 25, and then 50 times faster. Which is a little OP when you get up to that point, but it's also, you know, nether star required. And endstone. So, yeah, it might take a little while. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, there's those 6. What else did I need? Stone. That's right. 5 won't be enough. Let's just do that. Who knows? Who cares? Alright, so we have that cooking. Let's make these. Bunk. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Why don't we get 1? Oh, there's 3. Okay, I'm like, what? And then you get the new book, which is actually how to make this thing. And this is the smelter that you need to make. It looks kind of like that, although it's upgradable to any size, I think. Could be wrong, but I think it's upgradable to any size. And then it tells you how to make different things. Originally, progression to get to the Manelium stage requires pig iron. Pig iron happens to be fairly difficult to get due to the emeralds required. But you can get it. Blood's a little bit difficult to get as well, unless you know how to make fun things. I wouldn't recommend liquefying emerald villagers and emeralds with Ars Magica installed. It counts as a grievance against you, and that's never good when you're playing with magic, so I wouldn't recommend it. But I mean, it's your world. You do with it as you please, I suppose. Not that won't, I mean, it might kill you, I don't know. So let's do this, that, and this. I made 2 extra, but that's fine. Ore processing. And this will only work when there's ores inside. So if we put our gold inside, for example, it will only work on our gold. I think it will take durability as well. I think it's 128, I could be wrong. Yeah, there's 1. And that produced 2. So it's kind of a good way early game to say, okay, you know, I could make a sag mill, which is, you know, probably a better way to do things, and I probably will later on, is either make a sag mill or a pulverizer to actually do it automatically. Because, I mean, using these are great and all, but I think I'm gonna get away from these at some point, and I'm gonna actually use the sag mill for more automation purposes. I'll probably still use these for like tree farm, like charcoal farm type things. But there's our furnace. Let's take this out just in case when we break it, things disappear. I don't know. Okay, we got all of our stuff back, and let's make the gold one. Because really the purpose for the gold was I was going to make a sag mill, but then I decided against it, realizing that this was a cheaper option. And let's upgrade that. And so, let's make it out of copper. We'll need 36 total. So that's what? 18? And 18 will be, well, it's 8, 16, 24. Okay, and as you can see, it's much, much faster as well. So, yeah, better furnaces. And we'll get our copper. Alright, so all I need here is the tool station at this point. Come here. And while we're at it, let's work on our stencil. So, for the hammer, you'll need one of these. You'll also need a hammer head cast, or pattern. You'll need a large tool rod. That should be everything. Yeah, that should be everything. So, I'll make this up. Well, will I? This is actually for the lumber axe, I believe, so we might not make that. But we'll see. And we'll just plop these in there, and we'll put that down there so we have it started. Oh my word, so close to being done. Alrighty. Give it a moment, would ya? And we're almost done here. 26. Alright, I'm not going to watch that. Let's walk around here a bit. You've noticed I've planted some stuff. I haven't done anything over here yet. I haven't even explored those yet. I'm going to wait on exploring those for a while. I haven't killed any animals yet. Well, I killed a pig earlier, I guess, but does that really count? Let's kill the squid, because I will need squid ink for either ours or Thaumcraft. Ooh, yay, I got the morph. And let's kill a bunch of these, because I will need a fair bit of ink for Thaumcraft, I know. And that's probably some of the stuff I'll get into next, is Thaumcraft, possibly, or Ars Magica. I don't know which one would be better to get into first. Although, it might be Ars, because if I can find one of the Ars Magica Willow Woods, that might be the way to go. Don't see... Oh, there's one right there, actually. I might go grab that one of these days and get started with Ars. We'll do that later along here, maybe. Alright, so it should be done, which we are. You don't get experience, though, I don't think, with this. So that is the one downside. But, do I care? Not hardly. Alright, there we go. And Tool Forge. And now we can actually build our better tools. So let's make a hammerhead. And a rod. And I think we'll need 2 plates, if I'm not mistaken. So, 2 plates. And why hammer? Because hammers are awesome. Because hammers remove a larger area than a regular pickaxe does, and it will also have more durability than my pickaxe. Obviously, because it, removes more area. And so mining is a little bit faster this way. And that's probably a silverfish block. How did I know? That's because the hammer doesn't actually break silverfish blocks, luckily. Otherwise, it would be a mess. And so that's the other nice thing about the hammer is you know when you're breaking into a silverfish block because it's fairly obvious. Not to mention I have the... I don't know why I can see what items are because I don't have Wayla installed. So it's like, I wonder what mod is causing that. I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. Let's break that. And we'll break this down here. So that's kind of the reason for the hammer. Obviously, mining will go a little bit quicker this way when strip mining. And so that's basically all I had for right now. When we come back, I'll be working on something else, probably. So, until then, we'll see ya in a little bit. And with a little bit of mining later, we have our very first diamonds. Yay! Oh! That was close. Whoops! Okay, well, what does diamonds do? So, the good thing about diamonds, obviously, is you can actually start making we're actually getting into other mods. Blood magic is one of them. What? What in the heck is that? Oh, genetics labware. Ooh, mind chem, apparently. That I did not know. So there's a lot of different things you can actually start to get into just having one diamond. And blood magic is the one that we're going to go with here early on, I think. I think it's blood magic. Hold on, let me check. Blood. Okay, that didn't work. NEI's been having issues lately. Yeah, so we do need a diamond for that, a little bit of gold, which we have, and then our first orb is a diamond. So 2 diamonds is perfect, as it gives us enough materials to do a little bit of blood magic. So I'll do that probably later here after I finish mining. So we'll be back again in a little bit.